There we go. Okay. All right. Green on. All right, y'all. So today I gotta work today, but before I go to work, I gotta make sure I get my videos done. As you can see, I'm still really stuffed up, so I kind of sound like I'm a smooth jazz radio host today. But bear with me on that. Hopefully I get better soon. Anyway, we'll get right into it. But I guess there's one thing left to say is, let's wheel. But anyway, we're taking our knuckle right up to this bottom edge here, and we're just bringing this right up, this little bump, right? And again, this first pull, you're not trying to get height, you're just trying to equalize that clay, because there will be way thicker on that bottom edge there. So I'm gonna go one more time. Again, bring my knuckle in, and you got to make sure that your knuckle just isn't overpowering your finger on the inside, right? You got to make sure they're kind of working harmoniously together. All right, so once we have that, I think from this point we can do a small collar. Yeah, wet a little bit. We're just gonna go straight up. And again, I always feel I skipped a little spot here. You'll see like a little channel, but when you're collaring, it should feel like you're doing a pull, in my opinion. And here we go. And now we're just doing just an equalizing pull, so we're not really getting height right now. We're just trying to equalize these walls to get it more into the cylindrical shape. And there you go. Look at that, guys. Nice. A little bit more there. Cool. And we always ask the clay, you got a little bump for us, man? Clay gives us a little bump on the bottom there. It's our job. I should just take this little bump. All the way to the top. Just take a breath as we're going up, right? As slow as you need to go, right? When you go slow in that pull, when you go slow, consistent, and focused, you can really feel the clay. You can feel it talking to you. And I think that's the coolest part when you're throwing. We're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Okay. Just make sure they're all at the nice right height here for when it goes to collapse. Okay. And this will collapse pretty good, I think. So here we go. Hands on the inside here. Deep breath. And remember, it's always those 2 lanes of traffic, 1 push, 1 pull. And it's that going past each other is what's going to keep it on center, right? Like you shouldn't be like, with your finger, you shouldn't be like squeezing the clay to the center. You know, that's not going to help you out. It's always pushing past. We got one more. So, and then on these ones, watch. So if you ever been collaring up way too tall, hold on. Camera B. Or if you've ever been collaring up way too tall, you'll always remember when you start collaring up from this bottom, this top gets all wonky. That's okay. Just project your hands forward a little bit, and then all of a sudden you can still finish off the thing without it getting too crazy on the top part. But you can really get kind of crazy with this stuff. You know, don't be scared when your clay is soft. It can really do a whole lot. And we're coming down to the bottom here, and you can see this hand here, it's coming up, right up underneath there, so then it can just take that back up for another little collar there. And I think that stuff is some of the coolest parts about like doing that, is you really, like, there's really no mechanical advantage to being able to, my green screen's still on. Hold on one second, y'all. Back in a second. Say, hey, Clay, do you have anything for us, friend? Clay says, yeah, bro. Got us a little bump. Can you take it to the top of the pot? And we say, of course, Clay, we can do that for you, bro. We can do that for you, bro. And you know, it's so funny, you know, sometimes the clay asks you multiple things. It'll be like, hey, you know, can you do it once? Yeah, I got you. Can you do it another time? I don't know, Clay. You're getting a little bit thin, dude. Let me see. It's pretty thin, so I think it will collapse no matter what. So here we go. Yep, there it goes. We're going out as wide as we can. Come off the pot there. You can see you can get some really cool looking forms. There's an air bubble in this bottom edge here, so that's unfortunate. Okay, get our little knife underneath here. Sometimes I think cleaning up this bottom edge here, just getting some of that water out of there is a good idea. First it just looks cleaner. And you know what, we're gonna leave these ones light as is. We're not gonna curl them in like what we did with the other one here. But there's number 2, guys. All right, we got one more for you guys today. Okay, camera B. All right, here we go. So I'm right up underneath, water, right on that edge, and I want to get it sealed first, right? So that's what I'm doing with my fingers on this bottom edge. And at that point, I'm reminding myself of the 2 lanes of traffic, and there you go, right? There's one, okay? Get your other lane of traffic forward and coming back towards you, and that's what's getting that clay to go upwards. And then, right, when we get to this bottom part here, you know, you might say, well, that's too tall, you're gonna get too wonky in the top, and usually you'd be right, but what I learned is if you just start pushing forward a little bit as you're going up, you can still get one more out of it. Okay, and at this point, you know, you can go all sorts of craziness. You can bring that down in front. Sorry for the coughing. And we're doing our little llama pole to create our first volcano. We got our volcano, great. Hand underneath. Knuckle, bottom here. And that first pole, remember, it's all about equalizing that clay. Get all nice and equal. We got one more like that. I'm going to give myself a little bit more clay on the bottom to have some fun with the tendrils this time. But again, that clay. Looks nice. I guess we can do one collar. It's not really necessary here, but I think I want to try to get something a little bit more narrow. And remember, your collaring should feel like a pole. Like, it shouldn't just feel like nothing's happening. Here we go, a little bit of water on this bottom edge. And so, we're gonna go right down to the bottom. And then this one, we gotta do an equalizing pole first, which might just be enough height to not even merit another height pole. Yeah, I don't think we'll do another height pole. But again, like, we're just wanting to get that nice and cylindrical. There you go. Slow that wheel down a bunch, right?
And so, do you see how we have this nice little spiral? But when we pause, we can start something new.
And it doesn't throw the whole top off center, right? I've been doing that recently to add some more intention to the bottoms of the pots. Sometimes when they're collapsed, they don't look like they're too intentional. So that's like my way of adding something, to it. Okay. Okay, there's that. Little tree on the top edge here. Fingers on the interior. Slowly bring this out. Just calm with that edge there. Very slow. Pinch that edge. Look at that. I guess I can show you all what it looks like on the inside too. I think this stuff is kind of cool. So hold on, let me grab my clay flashlight. Camera C. This one you can kind of see. So you can look at that spiral on the interior there. I think it kind of looks crazy, Love that stuff. I love how the rim starts acting like a framing device for that too. I think it really activates what's going on that interior there. I like this one because I think it has like a cool collapse and it's a little bit looser on the top and it's thinner. And so I feel like it's a little bit more dramatic. If I go over to here, this middle one, I think there's some nice moments like this bottom part with the thick tendrils going up of it, I think is nice, but I think there's not enough drastic contrast that's happening in this one is not happening here. And then this top one I think is just too uniform, and I didn't think that there was anything too crazy about it. So I'll give maybe that one like a 3 or something. It is dipping in a little bit, which is cool, but that's it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. All the best and strong mentality.